Good morning, girls. It's Monday, and at long last, I'm going to complete my challenge. For those of you who may or may not remember, my challenge was to take on the persona of Dr. Seuss and to do my vlog in the style of Dr. Seuss. So here it goes. Also, I know it's kind of cheap to make excuses about it, but I just want to say that I'm not really a poet, so this is the best go I've got. Gather around, children of the globe, for I have a story that must be told. Listen closely to this tale, told by a string attached to a pail. It begins as these stories ought, with an idealistic big-thought thinker and someone who was not. Our young heroine, Miss Penny Lane, with her heart so big and her eyes so wide, had not a nickel to her name. She lived in the small town of Possibility, which was run by a man who did not have much integrity, a Mr. Grump, who had plenty of time, and while he didn't have a big heart, he had plenty of dimes. The two lived unobtrusively apart, until one day the entire town of Possibility woke with a start. A comet had smashed in the center of town, and all the people of Possibility had gathered around to gawk and gape at the rock's enormous face, which had come from the darkity corners of outermost space. Everyone gasped and cooed and bellowed, not sure of whether to welcome the comet as a fellow, or whether to expel their new guest, until one girl's voice rose above all the rest. "We should welcome this stone with great hospitality. Let it know that we are generous folk here in Possibility." Need it be said it was Penny Lane who spoke thus? The crowd roared with great joyousness, when out of the blue walked mean old Mayor Grump, whose face resembled that of an old tree stump. "No, we most certainly will not, for it's likely this rock is filled with grot. That horrible, creepy, crawly stuff that gets in your gardens and eats your marshmallow fluff," he yelled with nasty trepidation, and Penny's retort to his declaration was lost in the crowd of now an angry nation, for at the sound of Grump's proclamation, the citizens had seized the rock and pummeled it into one great pile of naught. As the comet wheezed its final wheeze, something escaped from its pores and blew off in the breeze. For the rock was not, in fact, full of grot. Oh no, what was inside of it was something magical, thought. Neither evil nor good, nor made of iron nor wood. Thought itself. Ideas bred for the advance of big thinking, and for knowledge to be fed. Thought forever lost because of Possibility's haste to destroy what they had been told they should hate. So children, here is the lesson to this tale, told to you by a string attached to a pail. Snap judgments are not always best with fear as your guide, so be sure to stop and listen and put your judgments aside. If every boy and girl could live by this law, the world would be a place for all to belong. And on that note, Jen, I will see you tomorrow.